Hi guys, welcome back to an interesting Injustice Gods Among Us video. So, I'm back, and as you guys recall, in the hunt for the fourth world maze part 3, we were finally successful after spending a total of over 165 tickets. As just in case you guys didn't know, which you shouldn't, I actually used tickets off screen as well. I didn't bank my tickets, I didn't save all of them for the screen recordings, so I actually spent about another 30 off screen, so that brings our total to about close to 200 tickets for the fourth wall maze. So in this video, what we'll be doing, we'll be upgrading the fourth wall maze, and we will also be talking about some characters that is useful for the fourth wall set. So let's start fusing it. So the fourth wall mace has a 100% chance of area effect. So opponent takes damage from special 2 as well as a boost to special 2 itself and a power drain chance on special 2. So fusing it requires blue and green shards. So as you can see, we still have a ton of red shards and green shards still abundant. However, we are going down on blue shards as most of the upgrades require blue shards, so evolving it does require 5 red, 15 of both blue and green shards, as well as 3 purple shards. That's really normal. So we obtain the fourth world godly mace, and honestly I think that the fourth world mace, the 4-star version, the spiked ball, looks a little bit better than this, because I can't really see how this is a practical use for this mace with the 4 parts jutting out. I guess you could smash the guys with your opponent with the 4 parts jutting out, but I find that the spike ball has a more classic and more scarier look. And by the way, each upgrade gives an extra 0.5% damage taken from special 2 for team damage, and an extra 1% boost to special 2, as well as an extra 1% power drain chance. So this will cap off at 30% power drain chance, 25% boost to special 2, and 15% taken from special damage taken from special 2. So this is the only gear that gives area effect for special 2 that's not character specific. Certain gears such as the Blade of the God of War, which is Ares gear, does give area effect for special 2, but the other gears do not give non-character specific for this particular effect. Boost to special 2, I do believe this is the highest gear that gives boost to special 2. Let me check. The Demon's Blade, no. I'm not sure which 4-star gear gives boost to special 2. Hang on. Oh yeah, Aquaman's gear, the Trainer of Poseidon, gives 18%. So the maximum for it is 18%, besides the Godly Mace, which is 25%. So this is the highest gear that gives damage boost to special 2. And power drain chance on special 2, I believe this is the only gear that gives power drain chance on special 2. So this is really good. However, the problem is the helmet gives stand chance and tagging, which is great, blocking as power generation, so pretty general effects, doesn't focus on any special, as well as the 4-fold chestplate, which gives extra health, chance to reflect specials, and chance to take no damage, which does not affect any special either. However, the problem here is that the mace focuses entirely on special 2. All 3 effects are on special 2. However, with the latest 2.8 update, now you need 3 out of 3, which means you need the mace in order to get the health regen from special 1. However, the problem with this is that that means that the mace is all 3 of the mace's effects are useless, since you want to be getting off special 1 to heal your character, and you don't want to be using special 2 because that wastes 2 times of heal for your character. 2 instances where you can heal up your character to high amount of health. So you won't want to be getting off special 2, because when you get off special 2, you just waste all that health that you could have gotten back. So basically the mace will completely desynergize the set. So the Mace is pretty much there just to give you that health regen from Special 1. Because WB probably realized that everybody was using the 2-piece set for the healing, and nobody cared about the resurrection. And so people normally use the 2-piece fourth will without the Mace, that is, and replace the Mace with the Ibis Stick, since it gives damage over time 10% over 5 seconds, as well as damage boost to Special 1, and even more power generation than you already have. So that would make getting a Special 1 really easy, and that would also give a stronger Special 1, which will give you health regen, and also uh, will give damage over time to the opponent. So, but however, with the latest 2.8 patch, that is now no longer possible, as we now require the Mace itself to use the health regen. So the effects for the Mace are now completely wasted. So, and the Mace is the rarest piece of the set, although practically the most useless. So that is really sad. So, regardless, um, this is the Mace. So the other two pieces of the fourth full set are pretty general. They don't really focus on any single aspect. The power generation, blocking, and stun chance. Power generation is really general. It's normal. It is on par with 4-star fully evolved gears. Blocking, I believe, is the most blocking it can give you out of all the gears, which is really useful. Stun chance on tagging, you have out of every 4 times you tag in, you will stun the fella 1 time, stun your opponent, that is, 1 time. So that could be really useful when you come in and get off your special, probably going to be Special 1, and this is a very defensive gear, the chest plate. It gives extra health to last longer. It gives a 30% chance to reflect special, so you know your opponent takes some damage from his own special, and also you have 1 in 5 chance to take no damage from basic attacks, which is really useful. It has saved me a couple of times, and yeah. So next, what we have the set effects. So to go over the set effects, I'm actually going to go into my collection for characters, and I'm going to go into Deathstroke, who already has 2 pieces of it. So I'm going to be putting in the 3rd piece so that we can take a look at the set effects, which is alright. So now we can see the 4th full set. So now the effects is we have a 100% chance, which basically means that it happens every time, of 6% health regen from a Special 1. So that means that every second you regenerate 6% of health, which is massive. That is a ton of health. And also we have 31% health restored when KO. So basically that just means a resurrection, a revival, means when you die, you come back with about a third of your health, slightly less than a third. So that is useful in certain instances. Really, the health resurrection is useful for any character to always last longer, but the only character that benefits in particular that I can think of, or only character that benefits in particular from this effect, is Raven, because Raven, as you guys know, when she's below 20% health, she will do a health swap. So in order to not to avoid the health swap, you're gonna have to get her health down low, and then you're gonna have to quickly get rid of her. However, when the revive takes place, when the resurrection takes place, then she's back to 31% health. So that means that if you hit her with another special, probably she's gonna do a health swap, which you don't want. So your opponent is gonna be forced to save up for another special to kill her in 1 hit, such that the health swap does not occur. And if your opponent does not do so, then the health swap will occur, and that will put you at an advantage. So either way, you will benefit greatly from the 2 out of 3 set. But if you're going to be using Raven, you might as well use the 3 out of 3 so that you can also get health regen from Special 1, especially on multiplayer where the computer playing your team keeps using Special 1. It'll be really irritating and hard for any opponent to beat you. Next, we're going to be talking about Special 1 effects. So basically, when you get 3 out of 3 set, you're going to be using it on to just keep getting on Special 1, to keep healing, and especially with the chest plate giving you all these defensive abilities and the helmet giving you like more power generation and more blocking, is going to make you harder to kill and let you be able to get off more Special 1s. So they're basically trying to use it on characters with strong Special 1s, and actually, honestly, you can use it on any character. Like, it'll be very irritating on high health characters, and characters like maybe uh, Arkham Origins Deathstroke. However, the disadvantage when you're using Arkham Origins Deathstroke is that his character-specific gear, the Prometheum Longsword, allows him to get off uh, really strong basic attacks, as it gives both damage boost to basic attacks as well as crit chance and crit boost on basic attacks, which allow you to get off really powerful basic attacks. However, since you only put the 3 out of 3 fourth roll gear on him, it pretty much wastes his character-specific gear, and also, his damage output will be pretty low. Although Special 1 is unblockable and will crit, as well as heal himself, that is probably the most useful part when you equip him with the 4th will set. I still think strong candidates are Raven, and other characters you can consider putting the 4th will set on include Killer Frost, both Killer Frost, since their Special 1 also freezes their opponent, which would force your opponent to tag out or suffer the consequences, and it would heal you up. So it could be really irritating when your opponents get frozen and then you keep on healing, but your opponent can stop you. So it's slowly going to be going through the characters, see who are good candidates. Both Aquaman can use it since it bleeds on Special 1, but then again, a lot of other characters also have that ability, and it synergizes quite well with Batgirl, although you don't necessarily have to have the set on Batgirl. However, it will allow your character with the set to start with 1 bar to get out Special 1 straight away. So, let's say you're facing Arkham Origins Batman, who hits you with a Winged Avenger, you can straight away get off Special 1 and start healing up right away. So, that could be really useful. Another irritating character to use is Dawn of Justice Batman, who has the ability Evasion. This will allow him to keep avoiding specials, and paired up with the healing effect, it would be lasting very long in a battle, so that's really useful. Darkseid Apocalypse is also a good candidate since his Special 1 is pretty strong, and his Special 2 already does an area effect, so it might not be very useful to take out an opponent. So most people use Apocalypse Darkseid with Special 1, spam Special 1 with Apocalypse Darkseid, so he has a very, very, very high health. As you can see, you compare it to Deathstroke, who's right beside him. He's almost 10k health higher than Deathstroke. And Deathstroke is already at level 50, however, it's only at level 44, so Darkseid will be really irritating with this gear. It's also possible to use the gear Doomsday, however, I feel that Doomsday Special 2 is really good, so you shouldn't be wasting it. You can use this gear with power drains as well, such as Arrow Green Arrow, Crypto Lex Luthor, as well as New 52 Nightwing, so that would be really good. So, as I already said, both Killer Frost are really work really well with this gear, and in fact, Regime Killer Frost is basically the counter to this gear, since it stops healing by 90%, which would mean you barely heal anything. Martian Manhunter himself, it isn't that bad either. However, his Special 2 is quite strong, and I doubt you'll be using Special 1 too much. Raven, also a very strong candidate. The Prime one, that is. The Regime one, not really. So the Flash also, Reverse Flash, could also really benefit well. Combined with his passive of Cellular Regeneration, he could end up really hard to kill, and boosted by the fact that each time he gets off Special 1, his speed increases by 5%, I believe. So if you keep using Special 1, his speed will go higher and higher, such that it could become almost impossible to interrupt his combo. Mortal Kombat X Scorpion, and actually Normal Scorpion is also quite good. Their Special 1 causes burn, and Mortal Kombat X Scorpion, his Special 1 does cause damage over time, which could crit if you hit the maximum. Shazam, not really, since when you start spamming Special 1, you wouldn't want to spam Special 1 after getting off the Super, since you want to spam Special 2, which is a lot higher damage, so not really. I actually consider Boss Solomon Grundy, however, considering his damage output is that low, it wouldn't really benefit him at all, so unfortunately not really. So all Supermen work well, since all Supermen, their Special 1 is pretty strong, so wouldn't recommend it on the Arkham Knight, since his passive would be wasted and his Special 2 is really strong. The Joker's not really either. Their Special 1 is strong, however it's slow, so it constantly gets blocked, and unless you're using Arkham Origins Joker with the Arkham team, you wouldn't really want to use the fourth row gear since his health is pretty low. You would actually use gears like the Ibistic or heal on special one. You wouldn't really use regen on special one. Now Wonder Woman is possible to use with the fourth wheel set, or even the fourth wheel set because her special one isn't that bad. The shield toss, and in case you guys didn't know, you could do you could get it off the combo after she slashes the opponent and the opponent's in the air. It's been a very popular method. Zod not really either. So those are some of the characters that you could use. Basically any Superman. You could also use the Reverse Flash, the Scorpions, although I don't really recommend the Scorpions. Raven is a very strong candidate. The Power Drainers, and the top candidates here are Raven, the Killer Frosts. They're really the top candidates. Deathstroke and Darkseid are also options that you guys can keep open. Batman could also be, Dawn of Justice Batman in particular, could also be really irritating with it. And you could always pair any of those characters I've mentioned with Batgirl for that extra bar of power to make it even harder for your opponent to beat you. So those are a couple of ways that you guys can use the fourth wheel gear. So alright guys, thanks for watching this video on a comprehensive guide on the fourth wheel gear as well as upgrading my newly acquired fourth wheel mace. So thanks for watching the video and goodbye.